Hey, you're probably wondering where I am right now. Well, to put it briefly, I am in hell. Today we are going to be doing a challenge that no one has ever tried before, and for good reason. This challenge is Masochist Death, Legendary Getfixedboi mode. Let me tell you, we are in for a real treat. So if you don't know how this works, I installed a few mods that allow Fargo's Souls mod and the Calamity mod to complement each other instead of try and strangle each other to death. And that can be seen in this clip here where I burn to death right in front of my NPCs. This is going to surely be a great playthrough. Despite getting our skin seared so many times, we managed to make it to the cavern layer, populated entirely by infectious fungi. We build a silly little base and try to expand outwards, only for the ash to fall and kill us. The ash falls! We start to dig around like the little rats we are in this world before setting up our magic storage system. This system will compensate for me not knowing what the hell I'm doing when crafting half of these recipes. You'll notice another departure from the standard Terraria experience, that being that the guide looks like Monica from the hit game Doki Doki Literature Club. This was not made a change by Fargo, or Calamity, or Getfixedboi, but rather one of my own design, as Monica will be our only catharsis in this godless abomination of a world seed. Monica is love. Monica is life. Monica is going to develop PTSD for all the times she sees our skin literally get seared off by fucking honey. Nevertheless, we continue to make progression at the speed of -2 miles per hour. We move so slowly in every single one of our endeavors. We mine some trees, die. We mine some stone, die. We mine some ores, die. We even die after we die. Wonderful. Nevertheless, we are still making smidges of progress here and there, like here where we find a life crystal so everything can kill us in 2 hits instead of just 1. We find some tin ore, which isn't that great, but in this seed we need all the help we can get. We find what I can only describe as a poison dart threesome. We get one shoved up our ass, and one shoved up our mouth. I'm about ready to use my rage meter in real life. After definitely not causing untold amounts of property destruction, we expand our heaven evader and find one of Draydon's labs. This might actually be useful. Money. Money. The luck doesn't end there. After brutally slaughtering a slime and its family of 5, we find a water chest that has water walking boots, the only useful thing you can find in these chests. We also obtained the honorary mention of the Moon Lord's legs. Oh look, a life crystal! Oh look, a life crystal! Everywhere I go, I see life crystal. I'm sure you've noticed now that a lot of the liquids in this seed seem to take gravity as only a mild suggestion. Yes, this seed is so ass backwards that not even dihydrogen oxide wants to work the way it should. You know, at this point, I don't think anything could ever go wrong here. Am I in hell? Is this some kind of punishment by God to torture me? In a surprise twist of events, we decide to recall home rather than die a painful death and lose our gold. Back at base, we decide we're finally going to engage with Fargo's Souls mod and start crafting some enchantments. I have my eyes set on the Ashwood enchantment, not only because it's probably the only enchantment we can make, but also it'll make traversal of the underworld easier as we won't get completely burned and only just slightly seared. After making a beeline straight for the demon altar, we go and craft ourselves the Ashwood enchantment. Don't ask me how, but we then survive 19 tons of TNT exploding directly into my eyeballs. As we expand our heaven evader, we have one thing on our mind, and that is the desert. The desert is our key to defeating the first boss, the Desert Scourge, who I'm sure will totally not cause us a billion problems when we fight him. After some more moving on onwards and upwards that I couldn't be bothered to edit, we go back home and set our eyes on the copper enchantment. We really don't need all that much. The only thing I can imagine eluding us would be the Wand of Sparking. We also craft the last life crystal we need to max out our health, because of course you can do that in Calamity. Okay, I am going to be completely honest with you. I am sick of editing this. Like, I've been sitting on this project for a whole year. This was recorded before the Bountiful Harvest update. I am stuck on Mutant at the time of recording this with over 1,000 attempts. So yeah, I'm kind of rushing through this. I'm sorry about that, but it's really It's just really tough to not get a little annoyed when your storage is just getting clogged up with all of the videos that you've been procrastinating on. Oh well, nothing like a bit of child murder to cheer you up, am I right? Also, you will notice that I have the classy cane. You see, something happened with Calamity and Fargo where they just kind of forgot to nerf the Getfixedboi progression changed weapons. So yeah, it's really nice to have hard mode weapons with their hard mode stats in pre-hard mode. It's just gonna make things so much easier when I do have them. Look at that. Lava is blocking the way up. Wonderful. Now, it may seem like I'm making no progress at all and I'm just dilly-dallying across the world. What, you thought I was going to refute that? In all seriousness, this classy cane isn't going to cut it for the rest of the playthrough. We're gonna need something with a bit more power, and here it is, the Blade Crest. Come on! Hey, you know that feeling when you just look through the fridge a bunch to see if any new food has spawned in that you want to eat? Yeah, that's kind of what I do a lot in these crafting menus. In all seriousness, the Blade Crest Oath Sword is God's saving grace for pre-hard mode. It's got auto swing, homing projectiles, powerful DPS, and everything you could want from a melee weapon. To put it into perspective, people usually use this thing against Skeletron and the Slime Gods, so I'm sure it'll fare pretty well against the Desert Scourge and the Eye of Cthulhu, or whatever else comes along our way. Yes! We have finally found the desert! Oh my goodness! We can actually progress now! Man! With a desert pylon set up and my sanity nearing its end, I think that's where we're going to wrap it up for this video. If you liked the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you want to see the rest of my hellish journey. As much as I do like posting music, I must admit, this was a pretty good side project to work on, and I enjoyed recording it. I'm going to admit that I lied there. Every moment I spend in this world is another moment I wish I spent sticking forks into my eyes. But yeah, that's the video done. Have a good day, I guess.